You're very welcome back to Red Business in Focus with Cork's Local Enterprise Offices, where we are shining the spotlight on local businesses in Cork and meeting people who are taking the business world by storm. This week, I am delighted to be joined by Peigin Crowley of Ground Wellbeing in the hot seat. She spent over 25 years in the world of spa, creating award-winning spa experiences with well-being at the core. Peigin, we spoke recently on the audio podcast and you sent out some of your product afterwards, which went down an absolute treat, so much so we bought loads more afterwards, right? And we'll come to the product in just a minute, but everybody who comes on Red Business in Focus has 30 seconds and 30 seconds only to tell us what you do, and your 30 seconds starts now.
So Ground Wellbeing, we produce products that are 100% natural, that are used for people with any issues in terms of sleep, anxiety, burnout, menopause, children with anxiety, children with sleep issues. We make products that help soothe and ritualize their evening routines. And God, I think I did that in 30 seconds.
You did it well under 30 seconds, but that's okay. We like brevity as well. Brevity is good. We like it. So, now, talk about you. So, I mean, when I say you worked in the spa business, that's the hotel spa. It's the wellness spa, isn't it? So, was it always that for you?
It was really. I would have started my career on the cruise liners, working in spas that didn't exist in Ireland, but existed in the Mediterranean, in the Caribbean, doing treatments and facials and managing spas. So by the time I came back to Ireland, it was a new industry kind of exploding at the time. So I was very lucky. But I mean, I spent 22, 23 years helping people surrender into both the physical space, designing spas, as well as training therapists to help people relax. And then all of a sudden COVID hit and I realized I couldn't make myself relax. I found it really hard to turn it on myself and my family. And that's when I said, you know, we need to bring wellness home and help people do it for themselves at home.
Now, the products themselves, they're all natural, aren't they? There's
100% natural, yeah.
We would have always described this in our house as smellies.
Yeah.
And that was a kind of a universal thing. They covered custom soaps down to something
Yes.
that would be a little bit more luxurious.
Yeah.
These are smellies on stilts, if I could put it that way, aren't they?
These are therapeutic. So when you think of scent, and scent is so powerful in so many ways, as in scent links to memory, and when you use these products with children and you use them consistently, it works with their muscle memory. It helps them at night realize this is time to sleep and their bodies move into sleep mode. But more importantly, when we use cosmetics and smellies, as you call them, sometimes we use products for our external world. We use makeup, we use perfume, and they have fixatives in them, which means they stay on the skin and they perform on the skin for the external world. And aromatherapy is the complete opposite. It merges with our biology, it enters our bloodstream and has cause and effect to bring up our energy, bring down our energy, to take anxiety down a level. You know, I use CBD, which is amazing for just coating all our nerve endings and soothing us. So it's very much our internal world, our well-being world, and how we feel. Now,
when you decided you wanted to bring this home, you kind of did that literally, didn't you? You actually brought it home and started doing it in your kitchen.
I did. Listen, we'd no choice. There was a moment in time where, as a spa consultant, I work on projects, design. I was private labelling for the Cliff, Adair Manor, and when COVID happened, it just all went quiet. As a consultant, you're the first to be let go. The spas were closed, they didn't need supply. So there was literally zero going on. All the noise was tuned out. And there was just this lovely moment in time where I got brave. My husband supported me and we said, look, we'll do our own brand, pitched it to Brown Thomas. Very luckily, they agreed to a 6-month exclusive to launch it, to market it for me. Their online customer, it sold out 3 weeks in a row. It was amazing, but we were doing it from home, which had its limitations insofar as the kitchen table. We never expected it to grow so fast.
So you're doing the chicken tikka masala on one side of the kitchen and the ground on the other.
There was a day when I said, oh God, I hope there isn't a smell of bolognese off that going into Brown Thomas. But it was very exciting. My mum was in our bubble and I was supposed to be homeschooling, but I had the girls doing boxes in the corner. They got double time on a Sunday. We had a great laugh. And my mother, we used to say she was head of bath salts. She was mixing the bath salts in the corner. So it literally there was a huge buzz to it. But then equally so from a business perspective, it was so pressured in cash flow because there'd be moments where I'd run out of lavender or acorns or boxes and I'd order more in only to find they were under Bella's bed or they were in the hot press or the shed. And so luckily enough, managed to build up, go into a unit, kind of get organised and have a staff now, which is brilliant. We have a team of 6 now. So it's grown and it's just exploded. When the hotels reopened, I had some of the best properties in Ireland representing the...
Everybody, because you had built it up while you were away. Now, look, you had to deal with a lot of different challenges during COVID, number one. The fact that you were doing it from home, number two. Then you had something like Brexit, I presume, which came along. And is that where the local enterprise office jumped in to help you a bit?
I have to say the mentorship from Leo, from the local enterprise office, was incredible and timely and urgent and important and in all the right ways. They were instrumental from website development. But Brexit, I think I am someone, Jonathan, who will say yes first, find out how to do it afterwards and then just do it. Brexit isn't something you can bluff. It's very costly when you get it wrong. You fill out your forms, you send it off and you ship it off only to discover it's locked in customs in the UK. Your account that has purchased it has a launch planned. I need to resend it. This time I need to get it right. And in the meantime, you could have $6,000 of stock stuck over in the UK in some port. So local enterprise were just brilliant at fast tracking me through the hurdles and giving me advice. Even in urgent situations, they'd pick up the phone and put you on to someone excellent.
Because we've had the product in the house for a couple of weeks, I know exactly what it smells like. I know that lovely sensation that you have. It's used at bedtimes and it does genuinely work, which I love about it. What I think is great is that your timing couldn't have been better, because when you look around what's happening in the marketplace now, it's not like those smelly old soap shops that used to drive people crazy. You've got the likes of Rituals, just bringing that little bit of luxury from the spa into the home. So in that context, your timing is
couldn't
perfect.
have been better.
Yeah.
I could, in a way, the quest for people tuned out from all the noise in COVID and got to meet themselves, which is deeply uncomfortable at times if you have too much time with yourself and you're not used to it. But also people's anxiety. We didn't know when it was going to end. There was too much of your kids being in and around the home or whatever.
They were handy for packing the boxes.
We didn't throw them out. But no, there was a moment where, yes, wellness came to the fore and people recognised they needed to mind themselves. But also Irish were supporting Irish to such a level, Jonathan, that I'd be in Brown Thomas and first of all I have Irish names on the product like Culla and Thalav and Toga Bugge, but I did pass Irish myself, but I have an Irish name, Peigin, which is like small peg, but I'm huge, I'm 6 foot. So people would come up the elevators in Brown Thomas and they'd start spouting Irish to me and I'd be like, I have to stop you right there. I said, I've only done past Irish. So we had a great laugh about it, but people wanting to buy Irish products, even standing in Brown Thomas, having Rathbourne's, Dublin, Voya, Sligo, Clune Keen of Galway, and you've Le Bougie of Kinsale. There was so much support of people buying Irish. It was an amazing time.
And that's what's so brilliant about supporting and growing our own. That's literally the reason why we do it. Tell people the website so they can have a look and they can Toga Bugge or they can Culla or they can do whatever they need.
It's groundwellbeing.com and we do handwritten notes. So it's a bit like saying it with flowers, it's saying it with wellness, and we can do your handwritten notes for you. And we take great pleasure in doing it and wrapping and acorning and doing it up. But the products, as Jonathan says, do work. The therapeutic grade oils, your lavender is from high altitude in Provence. It's like fine wine.
You want another 30 seconds here now. That's
it. Sorry, I've changed my mind. No, I'm only joking.
Go do another 30 seconds. Groundwellbeing.com.
Yeah,
Peigin, thank you so much for coming in. Join us next week where we'll be chatting to Justin Green of Ballyvolane House and Ballyvolane House Spirits Company. We're going to be chatting to him about the highly successful Ballyvolane House, their boutique weddings and their glamping experiences. We'll also be chatting to Justin about how his little herd of gins has grown hugely as now exported right around the world. So very much looking forward to that. We'll see you on the next Red Business in Focus with thanks to Cork's Local Enterprise Offices.